I mean, how y'all feel about the NBA going on right now? Shane fucking hates it.
Yeah, fuck the NBA.
Let's talk about Golden State.
Yeah, I want. This is just for the record because I'm a Knicks fan. I love
They
the Knicks.
looking good
Love
next
the
year.
Knicks.
They looking good from rumors.
Love the Knicks, and as long as
Every
it's
year
better
they
for
look good
them
from
for when
rumors.
Kevin Durant
This is
is
true.
out and they still win, that's gonna make more. But man, fuck, man, they're still gonna get the credit. They don't need me here, and he's like he wants to be the guy,
Right.
You know, and I think that might entice him to leave. So
I saw a
He's
rumor
going.
today that
He's gone.
I saw a rumor that sends Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and Zion Williams to the Knicks.
oh, yeah.
I'm moving to fucking New York if this happens.
However,
I'm gonna
I
be a
think
New
if,
York fucking
I think if the
bandwagon.
Knicks do get Zion, if they might trade him for Anthony Davis. I think that's.
Oh,
what
I'm
the-
sorry. That's what
yeah.
I heard. Not that though. I heard that they were gonna give whatever to get Anthony Davis,
Yeah,
and
but it has to
also
be the number
get
one.
Zion and Kevin Durant.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
That would be fucking crazy. That's what I heard. Not the
Why
Kyrie
you,
thing.
why you hating on the Knicks? Let them do what they do.
I like it, man. Hey, I want AD to succeed.
I don't.
I like AD.
The Knicks are the best.
They are.
They're the best team, and they're gonna be the best.
And who was
they're
the
gonna be
best
great
player?
Again. Best Ewing was the best player. He was the best player.
You
I
liked
love
him
Ewing.
better than Michael Jordan back in the day?
Back in the day, yeah. I
You
mean, because
did?
he was on my team. I mean, Jordan, I knew was better.
So
but-
back then, you were like rocking
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Knicks, even
I
back
love the
then.
Knicks. I don't even wear the t-shirts or anything, but I talk about the Knicks all the time. I love the Knicks.
I know you were a Knick. I didn't know how far back it
Oh
went.
yeah,
Like,
back in the '90s when Charles Oakley and Ewing and all the '90s, the late
LJ.
'80s, early '90s Knicks were the best.
Yeah.
They were fun.
Knicks is
What?
the shit.
You can see a lot of Knicks fans. Watch when they get Kevin Durant. They're gonna have a
Oh
lot
shit,
of
it's
Knicks
gonna
fans.
go crazy.
they-
Even if they
they-
get Zion,
fans,
Zion.
I don't want them fans.
Yeah, they gonna come. Yeah, they gonna come out of the woodwork like, oh, I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah,
Fuck
I've
out
been a
of
Knicks
here.
fan ever since they had.
We was losing.
Ewing.
See me, I'm not loyal to any teams besides like the Pelicans, which we know the NBA they're going nowhere. It ever.
Anybody-
You need to stack your team.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a Pelicans fan. But aside from that, as far I'm like loyal to players.
Yeah.
Like I'm a LeBron.
I actually
James
did that
fan.
with Favre. Like I rooted for the Packers my whole life.
And then when he left.
but when he left,
You were a Favre
I
fan.
was I
But
realized
you were
I
still
was-
a Packer
Yeah,
fan,
still a
though,
Packer
too.
fan, but I was a Favre fan as long as he was playing.
Right. And you see, me, I was always a Michael Jordan fan. So I rocked with Jordan, whatever. Loved
Yeah.
the Bulls all those years because I was a Michael Jordan fan. And then I was a Kobe fan.
Yeah.
I was an Allen Iverson
Allen,
fan.
I love Allen Iverson.
And
Yeah, he was good.
I
liked
was
him.
a LeBron James fan. Like when I heard all the ruckus of him in high school, I was just amazed. I was like, "Oh shit! They're talking about he's the next Michael Jordan. I need this.
Yeah.
I need this." So I followed him the whole time, and
Yeah.
I just always followed him. So he's my favorite player. Like right now, with him out,
Knicks fans.
I am bored as fuck. I'm just like, "Oh, Kevin Durant got hurt. Shit got interesting. Let's see if they can win." So now I'm like, "Let's go."
Interesting thing about the Knicks though is they got the guy. He's from Chalmette. The dude, guy Mitchell Robinson.
Mhm.
He's from Chalmette, Louisiana.
I didn't know that.
He went to Chalmette High School.
Crazy.
You know, yeah, he's like he didn't go to college. He was supposed to go to Kentucky, and then he dropped out of some kind of issue where. I don't know if it was with the coaches there or whatever. Something happened where he didn't go to college, so he just stood out a year. So that's why he felt, because originally he was going to be in the first round to
Oh,
get
shit.
picked, but then because he was a good prospect, but then he ended up dropping down to the second round. But he's good. He's
So the Knicks drafted.
Yeah, they got him
So
in the
he's
second
gonna-
round, the number I think 36 pick, and dude's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
When is the
he's
lottery?
like the next DeAndre Jordan.
It's gotta be coming up.
Knicks all day.
When is the lottery?
14, the Tuesday.
It's Tuesday?
Yep.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll know what happens with the Knicks on Tuesday, whatever time. I'm gonna be at work.
Zion
probably.
sweepstakes.
Yeah, cause see, the thing is, they if they do get Zion, he's probably not gonna even play for the Knicks because they're gonna most likely trade him for
You
Anthony
really think
Davis.
they
Yeah, for Anthony Davis they would. No, I don't
Or-
think nobody else in the league they would. They would trade him.
But they can keep him.
I mean, they could. Yeah, they could.
They have the money, so.
Yeah,
So that would send Zion to us.
yeah, possibly
No.
if they trade Davis. Yeah, but it also depends on how much the Pelicans want. You know,
Right.
aside from
Zion.
Zion. Yeah,
They may say Zion.
I mean that's what
and
they want. They want him.
Future draft picks.
That
Yeah,
dangerous.
Good.
Knicks do have they have
Suck.
7 draft picks.
It's
in
still
Zion
5
would
years.
give us a good
They're
5
still gonna
years. and
suck.
keep
So
bouncing.
give me some draft picks if I'm the Pelicans.
They're gonna win draft picks and all, and
I want your first rounders.
yeah, that's what they would get. 'Cause
It'd be
The Knicks
interesting.
have 2 first rounders, other than the ones that they have now.
Oh, gimme.
It's 2 from Dallas. No, they have they have their own, but then
For
they also have
AD?
2 from Dallas.
No, I need them all.
From what?
Future.
Oh, from trading.
Trading KP.
Right.
They got
Yeah.
for like 2021 and I think 2020 maybe.
Yeah.
First round
Yeah,
picks.
we'll take those. And Zion. Thank you very much. You can have Mr. Davis. He doesn't want to stay here. He's leaving anyway. Take him.
He gets hurt too much anyway.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't want AD in the Knicks.
Y'all get
I
add.
See, that's I'm really
We don't want AD
that's the
either.
thing. Like I like Anthony Davis is incredible.
I like
That is
him,
his only problem.
But he
doesn't
gets hurt a lot.
hurt.
And then
He's a big guy.
if you're
Yeah.
talking AD and then KD coming over there, AD want to be that guy.
Yeah.
He's not never going to be that guy. Yes, he wants
I mean,
to be
he was
that
going to go
guy.
play with LeBron. That's not.
But
that
if he's
bad.
on a team with KD, is he that guy?
No.
No,
No.
at all.
And if he's on a team with LeBron, that's where he wanted.
If
to
he's
go.
on a team with Zion, he's still not the guy.
oh, he'd be.
He'd be that guy.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
at least at first.
He's the guy.
At
Yeah.
least at first.
Zion-
They want Zion to be the next LeBron.
I'm sure they do, but do you
Zion,
think Zion?
he's gonna be good at. I don't know how well he's gonna do. I mean, he's gonna be good, but like top of the league, good. I don't know.
Yeah,
It might
well,
take
no
a
one
few
comes
years.
in that
Yeah.
dominant. Like he's an all-star player,
Yeah.
probably. The
Yeah.
second he comes in,
Yeah, he's gonna probably
However,
make the All-Star team. Yeah.
to be that dominant, like LeBron is another fucking monster.
He's gonna have
Kobe
to lose
Bryant,
weight.
LeBron
though.
James.
Like, a
These
lot of
guys.
people were saying.
AI came in dominating.
Kobe took 2 or 3 years. He didn't even start his first 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, Kobe wasn't. Yeah, he was
Right.
like.
AI came in dominating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI was a beast, man.
Chris Paul came in. Well, I can't compare it to the top of the top, but he came in pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was.
Look
good.
at Luka Doncic. Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
He's doing really good his first year. But that's the one thing about the European players. They play in more of a professional league.
European
And
players.
they take a longer time to get
Yeah.
to they,
Well, yeah, because the
they're
players,
like
the
25.
players, the players that they in their league, it's it's more of they're more mature,
Yeah.
and, older.
Right.
It's like a real league.
And they're probably like
compared
Brentford
to
shit,
college.
too. Like,
Yeah.
more so than
They don't have as many distractions.
Yeah, they just play
Right.
ball.
They just play ball.
right.
That's
It's
it.
like wake up, play ball. You know, kind of like the Russian in that really old movie, Rocky IV.
Drago, I love Ivan Drago.
You heard of that one? Yeah. It's like that's all he was bred to do. You know.
Yeah.
It was like wake up, get your ass in that snow.
I must break you.
Yes. Yes. What else we got?
What you got? What happened?
I talked about all my shit. I aired it
This
out.
is-
I'm gonna
this
get
is-
so much fucking shit. I'm gonna get stabbed in my fucking sleep over this one.
Why you say that?
Just wing
Because,
it.
man,
Find
shots
references to
fired.
his wife.
Oh, she shit on my shirt.
No, not even that. I'm talking about personal things you made, the references to your wife.
What, like all you guys hanging out in the bathroom with her?
No.
Via recorded.
Just your innuendo.
SoundCloud?
Not, just your unsexual innuendo, I should say.
Yeah. Get some. Yeah. Todd, tell us a story. You're entertaining. Give
Alright.
Todd the mic.
That's another way to put him on the spot.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
he
trying
can
to think
do
of
it.
Yeah, I could do it. But I don't know. I don't know about what. That's
Tell us a story like, didn't you rescue a cat once?
Yeah. Not a rescue cat, but
Your ex-wife fell out of a hot air
No,
balloon.
I did say that before. When I used to try and pick up on women, I used to say some really just bizarre shit. I actually told this to my wife. I said, yeah, I got a divorce. And, I said, well, it's not necessarily a divorce. She ended
Is
up
this
dying.
before she was your wife?
Yeah.
Like,
She
trying to
thought
pick
I was
up-
crazy. She didn't want nothing to do with it. So I told her, I said, yeah, we were in a hot air balloon. We were going over the mountains. And I said, hey, look, honey. And I accidentally hit her in the face and knocked her out of the hot air balloon. She fell over jagged rocks, died instantly. And, so now I'm a widower. And I'm, it sucks, and I'm just looking for someone nice to hang out with. And, You know, you look like a charming person.
I don't find her someone that would have believed that for
No,
a
she
second.
didn't.
she probably would have.
I have the worst pickup lines
Yeah,
ever.
she's
I don't
probably
know.
like,
I know,
yeah,
I
that's
was
really
always, I
cute.
was always nervous
think I
around
need you.
women. That's my biggest weakness was women. I didn't know how to act. I always thought the little boy quality was fun for women. Like, you know, if I go out to dinner with a woman and it's like, yeah, well, they like this, so I'm gonna take food and throw it at the waiter because they like the little boy quality. I read that in a magazine, so I'm like, you know. I'm
Wait,
going-
you read in a magazine?
I actually read that.
That
they like the little boy
the
quality.
immaturity,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the.
So then I took it overboard. I went, you know.
You went to like
So you took so you said, all right, I guess I'll try it, and you sat down at dinner with a lady,
Yeah.
and you were like, hey, give me that shrimp. Oh, you want to try it? Yeah. You put it on your fork and went, watch this. And you hit a waiter in the head.
That didn't work out.
She was just like, all right, you know, this ain't gonna work out. It didn't work like the article said.
I remember one. And my wife always tells me this story is when we first like our first date, when we went out, we were driving and she listens to hip hop music and rap, and so I said I'm gonna play something that I think he might like. So I put on some Marilyn Manson. I said, let's see, we're, I'm gonna gauge your level of interest here. And then she said that as soon as she heard that, she was really looking out to where she was going to jump out the car. She told me that. She tells that story all the time. I was really looking to say, I was about to jump out
She was
the
looking for
fucking
the
car.
out, like, first stop. I'm fucking
Yeah,
out
and
here.
ironically, it was at the place where we actually got married at where she was looking to jump out of the car.
Really?
It was right where we got married at. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
yeah, how things come full circle.
Wow.
That's
Awkward
crazy.
dates.
But she does like Deftones. I gotta give it that. She does like Deftones because she doesn't really.
She's
listen.
probably like I described me and Mel. Like, we can. If Shane plays me something, like,
Yeah.
I think you'll like this. Like, we're on our way to a football game. He'll always put some shit on. I think you'll like this, and I do.
Yeah. You'll
You
like
know,
Deftones,
I'll
yeah.
listen to it, and I'm like,
I got people
I
at
like
work
this.
do
This
the
is good.
same thing.
But the thing is, it's not something I'm gonna gravitate to. Like, when I get in the car and I'm about
Yeah.
to make that trip.
oh yeah, she said
It's
the
not
same thing. She
something-
ain't gonna. I said you
You
can
know,
play that. in
it's
your
not
car.
that I
said, "Fuck
dislike
no."
it. It's not that I dislike it. It's like you gotta find your zone.
Yeah.
You know, like I found with the flutes.
Uh huh.
And you just find your vibe, your zone, whatever you're in the mood for. Like, sometimes I'm not in the mood for rap. Sometimes I'll put on Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Shit, I shock the shit out of like you guys. I like the Killers.
Oh yeah, they're
The,
good. I like
the
them.
Killers,
I like
and that's
one of
like
their songs.
that's like
Yeah.
weird, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll get in a mood where I listen to that. I get in a mood where I listen to like nothing but 80s music.
Oh yeah.
You know, I get in my different moods, but for some reason, the rock stuff, I'm just not. I can listen to it, I like it, but it's not like my go-to. It's not like
Most
what's
people
gonna-
don't. I think, well, especially here in Louisiana, I think if you have to categorize music, I would say hip hop and country are the top two.
Right.
And then
And
I guess
country, I
pop
can't
would
fucking
be
stand.
a close second or third or whatever, and then rock.
I agree. And then country is like, my wife listens to some country, but she listens to everything, to
Yeah.
hip hop, whatever. She gets
Yeah.
in her moods. Like, I always tell her, I don't like when I get in the car and I start the engine, because we share a car most days, and I start the engine and I hear the country music,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I could be fucking crazy again. I don't have evidence, Blake. But when I hear the country music, that's when she's being crazy. She
Yeah.
treats me real different. She's like, you're not a country motherfucker, and I'm in a country mood. You know, she treats me different at home.
I
Right?
can't get down with country.
So
Just
if
for
I
some
get in the
reason.
car and I hear the oldie hip hop station or
Yeah.
something, like the 90s hip hop
Uh-huh.
station, I'm like, oh yeah, she's gonna be in a good mood today. I just know, like, I'm her kind of guy.
Is it usually true?
Yeah.
They say country music is like the music to make you the most suicidal.
Really?
Really?
That's depressing to me. When I
I mean, there is a lot of whining about
It is depressing. It's
like,
very depressing.
Heartbreaking.
yeah, it's like,
You get your
I
heart
can't
broken,
get
you get
into
drunk,
it.
you
should I
kick
say
your
it
dog.
again? Or should no? But yeah, like an example.
Ew.
What the fuck, man?
Jarvis
God
agrees.
damn,
It's
this
like, you know.
sneeze.
He doesn't like country music either.
No, but I can tell you this: I do appreciate some country music. There's things that I like in country
Yeah.
that I hear, but again, it's something that I can listen to and be like, this is all right, but it's not gonna be my music if I get in the car and I'm like, I want to listen to something, or I'm
That's
showing
not
it.
mood. That's not mood music.
Right. Sometimes I'm getting ready to go out or something, and I may play something, but it's not country and it's not rock.
Heavy metal is like, I think, good music to work out to. For the people
That's-
who don't, a guy at
yeah.
my work, he doesn't listen to it. He says when he works out, he listens.
Yeah.
'Cause
See,
it
I
gets
know a
him
guy.
really amped
I know
up,
a
you
guy
know?
who works out a lot, and he'll like post what he's listening to and be
Yeah.
like, I'm getting it in or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know him, and
Yeah.
he's mostly a hip hop guy.
Yeah.
But a lot of times he has like the rock stuff, like Baby
Yeah.
Shine Down, something
Yeah.
like that, and because it's workout music. Now I wouldn't know nothing about that because when I work out, I still don't listen to that. That's not my go-to. Now I may not listen to something as mellow as like Jay-Z, even
Yeah.
though he's my favorite. I may listen to something else. I don't know,
Yeah.
like not fucking Lil Jon or anything, because then I'm too fucking.
I told
I'm gonna
Shane
get tired
we were
too
at the
fast.
concert. I said I told him one of my favorite rappers. So I don't really listen to rap that much, but my brothers do. Both
Mm-hmm.
my brothers, and he told me about a rapper, and I really like this dude named Zero, ZRO.
Yeah, from Texas.
Yeah,
Texas.
He's
guy, right?
good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
he's
him.
good.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Zero's dope.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, like, and I don't really listen, but he was one of the few that I really like.
Yeah. So it's just not. It's not in like. Here's my thing when I go to concerts with y'all.
Yeah.
You see, like Rob Zombie, y'all watch this guy, y'all follow this
Yeah.
guy for a
It's
long
fucking
time.
awesome. That was
Y'all are
an incredible
looking.
show.
So
Yeah,
like
it was
this guy is like somebody to y'all. So when
Yeah.
y'all go there, it's not only the music that you
Yeah.
enjoy,
Uh-huh.
it's
Right.
also
He's
the presence
entertaining.
of him
Yeah, it's
being there.
entertaining.
So that's the equivalent of like me taking Shane to see like
Oh.
Ghostface Killer or something. You know, not to mention Hove. You know, because we do all the time. But fuck it,
I saw Drake.
But okay,
You
but
did?
you were probably just like,
Yeah,
all right,
okay, we did.
there's a guy up there rapping.
Ozzy Osbourne was after him.
Was right after
Really?
at Voodoo Fest.
Oh,
years
oh,
ago.
Okay.
But it was like Drake's first album.
So you only stayed because of Ozzy was there.
No, he only stayed because Ozzy was there.
Right.
I told him I would go to see Drake if he
It was the
stayed to
same
see
stage.
Ozzy.
It was
Yeah,
the same
They
stage.
played back to back.
Right, and it was that
who
night.
played first.
Drake.
Drake
So
played.
Drake played, and then it was Ozzy. But I know Ozzy.
Yeah.
I've seen the Osbournes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
that was
I
cool
fuck
to
with
see
Ozzy.
him. Yeah, that was cool to see him because I know him.
Yeah.
But I've been to concerts like maybe Seven Dust. I don't know these guys.
Oh.
See, Linkin Park, I love them. If I ever saw them, I would be like kind of starstruck like I am when I see a Jay-Z
Too bad for
or
Linkin
Eminem.
Park now. They lost
Yeah,
their
it's
guy,
terrible.
you know.
Terrible. My guy. Love
Yeah.
that guy, man. He
Just-
was one of my favorite singers.
He's what made
period.
Linkin Park good.
Loved him.
I like them.
That shit broke my soul, as I like to say, spelled wrong when I texted to Blake. But-
You didn't spell soul wrong.
oh. Something in that text I fucked up. Your.
That's all the time, though. That's not just that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Music, it's just it's just a thing. It's what
It's subjective.
it's what works for you.
I
Right.
tried to listen to Led Zeppelin because you mentioned them last week.
Yeah.
I tried to listen to Stairway to Heaven.
One of the best songs ever.
I fucking hated it.
What you didn't like about it?
I didn't like anything about it. It was dull. It was long. No melody whatsoever. The song was just shit. I hate the Beatles too. I mean,
Well, growing up, I used to hate heavy metal. Like I didn't really listen to it. I didn't like.
he's shaking to his fucking core right now.
It's fucking Led Zeppelin, man. How dare you?
That's like
I mean, that's me talking about Michael to y'all.
Nobody
who
said
is
that, though.
who I don't have a single Michael album. I don't listen to any of his shit.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Oh.
I
you
just
like
don't
Michael?
care. No, I don't. Like
You don't like
I don't.
Michael at all?
I
No,
like Thriller. I like that. song.
Everybody loves Thriller.
no, no.
Maybe
Not everybody.
99% of people like
Not-
Thriller.
not
ask him
everybody.
about the song
What song?
on Thriller.
What about it?
That Girl Is Mine. Is that
The Girl Is
The
Mine?
Girl Is Mine? Do you like that song? It's with who does he have on that line?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney.
I don't know if I ever heard that.
Yes, it's one of the
Yeah, it's one of the
obscure ones.
popular singles.
Oh.
No,
Well,
it's one of
he-
the more obscure ones. It ain't popular. It was the first single on the album. But
I've
it's
heard
not-
that all the time. Was that the first single?
That was the first single.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love that song.
No.
It's like,
no.
hey, Carla,
He was the king
she's
of
mad.
pop. That's
Yeah, but I
That's
couldn't.
my
I couldn't
call.
get into the Led Zeppelin song. I simply could not.
Daniel
Might be
got me into
cultural.
heavy metal.
Shane's looking like blasphemy, yo. What
It
are you
is.
talking
Kind of
about?
like we look at Shane.
Yeah.
on Hostile Takeover.
Yes.
He got me into heavy metal because we were working at Big Lots, and he asked me what kind of music I listen to. I said, "Well, I listen to rap. I like Tupac. That was my guy that I used to always listen to at the time." And so then he said, "Well, he was telling me about the music." I said, "I never heard it. I never really listened to that." And he said, "Papa Roach, you might like them because they kind of
That's something he introduced to me too, and I like
so then I was like, "Yeah, it's alright. It's
that
not
first
bad."
Papa Roach.
But then he played something. I think it was like something like heavy, like Slipknot or something. I said, "Oh man, that's cool." That's like, oh shit! All right, this is a whole new thing for me. And then I was just addicted to it. Like I just like I don't know.
So these guys converged you.
They've
Yeah.
tried me a lot of
It
times.
was Daniel.
Metal's a lot better than rap. Man.
Never.
Daniel presented the first Linkin Park album.
Well, also
He
it's
pulled up and-
also the reason I just felt like I like heavy metal because I noticed a lot of people. I always like to kind of separate myself from the in crowd. Like it seemed like everybody was like listening to hip hop and rap.
right.
So I wanted to break away from that. I wanted to be different.
right.
So all my neighborhood I grew up, everybody listened to rap. And all my schools there, they all listened to rap. Just everything it was like all one thing, and I
Right.
wanted to just break away from that.
Right.
And that's kind of what
I don't really follow
did
the
that
crowd
for me.
with rap.
But Ty, you always been different though.
No, I know that's why that. And
I remember-
heavy metal.
Say,
Even
you
though-
remember Ty in college, but I remember Ty like
In
East St. John.
Yeah.
And Ty used to be always the white boy with the Jordans, but with the
Yeah.
crazy hairstyle.
Yeah.
So it was like he was a rocker, but he was fresh as fuck. So he was cool with everybody.
Yeah.
Yo, Ty had everybody.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm blessed with. I could actually get along with just about anybody because I think that's I could get along with heavy metal heads.
And why not?
Yeah.
That's something I don't understand too. It's
And
just
I grew
it's
up
a
in fucking
misunderstanding.
ghetto, like they was selling weed and breaking in people's houses and
Throwback.
stealing.
Good old
It's
days.
pretty bad. You know.
Good old days.
All my friends didn't even make it to high school. The friends I grew up with in high school, they didn't even make it to high school. They
Yeah.
quit in 8th grade.
Uh,
All of them. I remember a few of them actually made it to 9th grade and lasted only a week, and that was it.
Wow. Crazy. This is crazy. Yep, but Ty had always been separate.
I tried that in 7th grade. I've told this story before,
What?
but in 7th grade I was like, "Fuck school," and I just didn't go.
Yeah.
My parents didn't.
I failed 8th grade. See,
Well,
I was
I
following my friends. I failed it once, and I was the guy. I barely got out my second time around. I was smoking weed at the bus stop, and I used to go to the gym 3 times. Like I never went to class. I was always playing basketball. I had
That's
they
where
had
the
3
shot came
lunches, and I was on
Yeah, the
all
extra
3
practice.
lunches.
I used to be on all 3 lunches too.
Yeah.
That was the shit.
But see,
yo.
that was when I was at Leon Gotcha, and that was a pretty rough school. That's where I failed my 8th grade.
Yeah.
I don't know what Leon Gotcha looks like now, but I guarantee honest to God, it looked like on the movie Lean on Me.
It was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I remember, I do remember this when we played football. They used to have people. It was right next to a railroad track, and people from the neighborhood would come across the track selling drugs, and we would even play sports with them, like football and
yeah.
shit. So, I dealt with both.
That's my
Types
same
and groups of
environment.
people,
That's what I
you know?
always say. Like my neighborhood as a young child
Yeah.
was okay.
Yeah.
It was new, and Ascension of Our Lord School
Yeah.
had a playground, and it wasn't fenced in or whatever.
Yeah.
But Cambridge was right there, so it was my neighborhood, Ascension of Our Lord, in Cambridge. So Cambridge was kind of a bad area at this time.
Yeah.
So me and my friends would go to play baseball, football, soccer. They had basketball, and what would happen is the kids from that neighborhood who were growing up
Yeah.
rough
Uh-huh.
would come to play with us.
Yeah.
And they were going to play with us whether we liked it or not. You know, they would just take over your shit. We learned
Yeah.
really quick.
Yeah.
You're going to let them play. Like, we'd be like, oh, we're cool. We're just
Yeah.
doing our own thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it was basically like, the fuck you are. We're about to play. And you're not going to do shit about it. So I got to know a lot of people and stuff. And it was like that. You know, it was just what you described.
Yeah.
Growing up,
Mhm.
it just became.
Well,
you
what
know?
that does, it builds your character as a person.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
That's why.
So that's
And
why.
my wife is black, so you know,
Right.
I'm heavy metal with a black wife that listens to hip
Right.
hop. I'm just all fucked up.
You're just you.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
fucked
So
up.
that
It's
that's
just-
that's and again, like I don't care what anybody thinks about me.
Right.
I like when you like when
As
people
you
get
should.
stereotyped. You could get like we were talking about, like when people how they might look at you and think you're
Right.
fuck it,
Right.
be you and don't worry about what other
Exactly.
people
That's
think.
it. That's all it's about.
Well, that's when we were over at your house, and the first time Ty came over to your house.
Yeah.
I remember your dad looking at him like he was like, "What the fuck?"
I went to get some water.
Who is this guy walking in my house?
No. We were playing basketball, and he's peeking through the window, and I walked in, and he goes, "Who in the fuck do you have outside my house?" Because Todd's like tatted up. He has tattoos everywhere. It looks crazy. So he's out there, and
He just said you look crazy.
Yeah.
no, I mean, compared to the kids that don't have tattoos
Yeah.
playing basketball outside. Okay,
I
so
take that as a compliment.
right.
actually.
Well, he's looking, and he's like, "Who the fuck?" And I'm like, "Dad, he's really cool. It's all good. Like he's the
I love
nicest
your dad.
guy."
Your dad was
and
awesome.
when he first he went out there, because my dad's a nosy guy. He goes out there and he goes to meet Todd, and my dad loves Todd. My dad's just like, nice
He's the
guy,
nicest
man.
person I ever
Yeah,
met.
and that's the stereotype kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at the black guy walking down the street with
Yeah.
the hood
Yeah.
as automatic criminal.
Yeah.
This guy's a threat.
Is he talking about me?
Well, you're the one that wears the hoodies all the
I
time,
mean,
man.
but that has happened to you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, this has happened to you at work
Well, that's
in
the
a
problem
store
in America.
where people see Blake walking and they're like, "Wait, who are you? Why are you back here?" Because automatic threat. You got a, what are you, 6'2",
6 feet.
6 foot tall black guy, all black, hood,
He must be up to no
walking
good.
through this guy.
I had the cops calling on me outside my aunt's house on a Sunday morning
Oh.
with my cousin in the car and his uncle mowing the lawn. They still call the cops on us. Like,
We used to have the cops call where I grew up at my dad's house. Our neighbors hated us because we used to play basketball out in the street. We used to have to go out facing the street, and we have a lot of black people from the neighborhoods,
Uh-huh.
and our neighbors were like really racist. They just hated that we hung around black people.
Yeah.
They called us the N-word and all kind. They just hated that we did that, and we
Yeah.
would always get into it with them.
I had the same thing in my neighborhood. I had a neighbor who would always be like looking out the window,
Yeah.
and it's like, we're not doing anything. It would be a large group of people, but we were either sitting out there talking,
Yeah.
or we were playing basketball in my driveway, whatever it may be. But the cops always fucking showed up right after
Yeah.
this person
That's
was
how it
looking out
was.
the window,
That's how it
and it would be the randomest shit. Like one night, it's like 7:00. It's not even late. It's not like we're out there. It's just us. We're in high school. We're hanging out. Cops come and they're like, "Look, we have a complaint of loud music being played." We're like,
Yeah.
"Well, it's not us. We're not even playing music. we were just sitting out there talking." And it was always something like that. Here comes a cop the next night. We got a complaint of loud noise and basketballs bouncing.
They would
We're
say
not
that. They would say,
basketball
"Oh, y'all are
tonight."
cursing.
That was
Y'all
awesome.
saying. Y'all are doing things." Like they were saying all kinds of stuff. But
Yeah.
like we were just playing basketball.
I had a house. My first house was a rental house, and it didn't have a driveway, so we had to roll the basketball goal, like you're saying,
Yeah, to the street.
To the street,
Yeah,
and we
facing
would
the
roll
street,
it from
yeah.
the side of the house to the street.
Yeah.
Well, there was this lady across the street that just couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
We weren't bothering her no way.
Yeah.
She could not stand it. Called the cops all the time
Yeah.
because we were playing basketball.
That's how it was.
But it would be, we got a call that y'all aren't getting out of the way for cars. And the street I was on, it was like the end of a street,
Yeah.
and it was a dead end, so they really weren't
Like
much
cul-de-sac.
activity at all.
Uh-huh.
But we were being accused of not. I'm like, there were no cars. If there's cars, we're gonna get out of the way.
Yeah.
But all it was every
We
excuse
used to
she
tell the
could
cop.
come
My
up
dad
with.
used to always. He would go out and tell the cops, say, "Well, at least they're here. Not out causing trouble.
Right.
They're at least playing basketball. They're
Yeah.
not doing anything."
And that's
They're just
something
playing
growing up in La
basketball.
Place that I gotta say, like I see a difference. I'm in, the Metairie area now in New
Yeah.
Orleans and Kenner. There is so much to do. There's so much to do. If you're a kid and you want to do something, there's shit everywhere. There's
Yeah.
parks, programs.
They didn't
there's
have that in
gyms.
Laplace, really.
No, they
at
don't.
the
Nothing.
time. Like,
And that's
yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like still,
Yeah.
there is nothing to do. This is years. We're all in our 30s.
Yeah.
This is 30 years plus. We've lived in La Place, all of us. There's nothing to do. When we finally got old enough to drive, where would we go? You'd go to New Orleans,
Yeah.
Metairie, whatever. You'd go to the mall. There was no mall out here.
Yeah.
The movie theater was like $1.10 cinema. Y'all remember? It had like
Terrible.
3 movies in it or something. So if you wanted to really see a movie, you drive to the Metairie Kenner area.
Yeah.
We had like a Walmart. It wasn't a super center, and we had like a Winn-Dixie. That's what we
had
had.
at Del Champs.
I remember
That was
Del
Del
Champs.
Champs.
Before
That's the
Del
thing.
Champs, there used to be Schwegmans, I think.
Right.
I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They used to have a store called That Stanley's.
That's Stanley's.
Remember them?
Yeah.
I remember that I wanted to meet Stanley.
Yeah.
I never met him.
But the thing is, there was nothing to do, so that's why kids got in so much trouble around here. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, hey, you know how we could get a real rush? Let's go break in this house. Let's
Yeah.
let's B&E.
Yeah.
Well, Blake, things were different in our time. Blake he's 10 years younger than us. He's my brother's age.
Oh,
He
okay.
graduated with my little brother. So
Yeah.
Blake gets stunned when he hears stories of
That's
us.
what y'all did
We didn't
before?
have the virtual reality video games where we could touch people and
Well,
shit.
shit, neither did we.
No, I'm being exaggerating.
Yeah.
But you know, we didn't have smartphones. We didn't have the internet. You know, he said he can't even remember not
Yeah.
having the internet. It was
Yeah.
here. So just imagine, like,
That's
we
when
couldn't.
that's when they describe how they talk about millennials versus Generation Xers.
Right.
and
But they
baby
always
boomers.
have something to do. Like my daughter, when she's bored, she breaks that motherfucker out and she plays some game called like Minecraft. And she's like, "Daddy, look, I built a house. Look at my house." And she's
When I was
showing me
your
all
age,
this
I
stuff.
Burned houses.
no, but I mean,
I'd break into your fucking Minecraft.
I mean, we were fucking bored, man.
That's the type
There
of
was
shit I was
nothing-
doing.
you were either gonna play sports.
When
or
I
you
used to
were-
visit my grandfather's house, I didn't have like I was like a little kid or whatever, 5, 6, even a little older than that, maybe 6,
See,
7
but-
years old. He used to give me pill bottles to play with, like his old,
Yeah.
his empty
I remember
pill
that.
bottles.
I remember my
And I used to
grandparents did
build
that
them
too.
and play with them and shit.
Yeah, I remember the little orange bottle.
No,
with the white
no
tops.
phone.
Yeah.
No phone. That's how. That's get your kids out of the way. Give them a phone.
But the thing is, like when we was little, things that we did little help us in our adult life.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
builds your character.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
definitely.
ask Jay's he can vouch for this.
Yeah.
Shit I used to do.
Yeah.
He got locked out of his house one day. I said, I got in there. I could get in there.
Yeah, I mean,
No problem. It's nothing.
He got in my house with a fucking credit card. He's like, "You got a
Oh,
credit
there you
card?"
go.
I said, "Yeah." Boom, we're in. I'm like, "Well, thank you, Jermaine.
2 seconds.
I'll call you instead of Papa fucking Lock."
just tools of the trade, you know,
Yeah,
things you
I
pick
mean,
up all
yeah,
along
we-
life.
I got in a lot of, I'm not gonna say trouble because I didn't always get caught, but I did a lot of stupid ass shit because of boredom, just straight up boredom. Like I just wanted to rush, like I just want to do something fucked up and see if I can get away with it.
I just want to do some hood shit.
Why not?
Oh, it's a hood rat shit.
No,
with
but
friends.
you kind of got stripes for that shit, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you did that, and they're like, "Huh, he did that shit."
That's when I had to break away from the friends that I grew up in my neighborhood. That when I started seeing them do that, I knew I could. I didn't want to do that. I had to draw. My mom and my dad, they helped me with that because otherwise I probably wouldn't even be here. To be honest with you,
Yeah, it could happen.
I know a lot of them that I hung
It's a
around
gift
with.
and a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's if you're smart enough to
Well,
navigate.
yeah,
out.
that's what I mean by it builds your character to
Right.
go through
Yeah.
stuff like that.
definitely.
Because you need to make the decision. Like, all right, there was a point. There was a point that I can remember where, some of my friends are like, all right, we're gonna stay doing this, and I
Yeah.
wanted to evolve, like you're
Yeah,
saying.
right?
There comes a point where you're like, all right, this probably isn't a good idea
Yeah.
for me in my future,
Yeah.
and you want to kind of navigate, so you leave
Yeah.
that group of friends, and
Uh-huh.
on the way,
Yeah.
it's like this large group I had, it was like shedding. It was
Yeah.
shrinking,
Uh-huh.
shrinking. And now it's like the core. If you
Yeah.
notice,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, my friends are the same people for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
We have yourself, Todd, we have Shane, we have Mel, we have my friend Big Way, we have Fox, Daniel, them two have been around as long as I can remember. I mean, I was
Yeah.
probably 7, 8 years old. I was my daughter's age when I met these guys. But them two, Hayes, these guys are still around,
Yeah.
and it's like those are the ones that made the right decisions.
Yeah.
And if you look at them,
Uh-huh.
they're all standing on their feet,
Yeah.
all of you. Everyone has their shit together.
Yeah.
And that's what it took. But then there's a lot of them who I considered brothers and good friends who are just not here.
Yeah.
They didn't make that journey. And then I gotta say, there are some that made that decision before I did.
Yeah.
So they were probably like, I can't fuck around with this guy
Yeah.
anymore. And I mean, there's some that just broke away.
Yeah.
And they're like, this guy's fucking crazy. I don't want to do this. And then they go that way. So, you know, so they just didn't come with, they evolved before me. So, you know, I was part of it. But yeah, if you can navigate yourself through that and become what you become, you know, and that's why what I was talking about at the beginning of the show, it's like, don't judge me for the old stories that we talk about, because you should commend me that, wow, all that shit and you made this, you know?
Yeah, you was a wild
You got
boy.
this wife, this house, these 2 children.
Yeah.
They go to this school.
I thought you
all
was about to
this
say this
shit.
wife and that wife. I'm like, what?
Nah, I don't got more than one.
I was about to say. Nah, but yeah, you evolve, man. If you don't,
Yeah, it is.
you move with or move without you.
And I mean, some of us did it from rougher situations, and
Facts.
some from
That's a fact.
not as rough situation. But I mean, all of us have evolved from something in
Yeah.
those terms, you know. But that's it. That's just to a person who's never had to deal with it. They look at it like,
Well, it's harder to
What are you talking
understand.
about?
Yeah. So that's,
Yeah.
you know,
just
I
don't
can
get it.
identify with people that go through struggle.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And
Like,
some
give that
people-
guy a shot. This guy may.
Fucking kids that
Yeah.
probably grow up with billionaire parents, they don't know which struggle.
Right.
They
It doesn't
probably
even
never
need to
will.
be billionaires. Trust me.
Or
Just if you're born where you don't need to worry about anything,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. Believe me, it could be 100,000
Yeah.
a year, and you know, they just grow up different. They go to certain schools. They're around certain people.
Yeah.
There's certain standards. They may go to schools with millionaire parents,
Yeah.
doctors, lawyers, parents. You know what I mean?
But that's
And
that
they're like-
lifestyle they live in.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're like, that's what they see. They go to their friend's house. It's a 2-story, 3-car garage, swimming pool. You know, that's what they're going to. I go to my friend's house and I'm stepping over, kids sleeping in the living room, and you know, they're like, hey, everyone want to pitch in and order a pizza or something. You know what I mean? These families are, come to my house, and they're sitting down at dinner.
Got
and
10 boxes of pizza already.
catered food, not pizza. No, the pizza's not Domino's or
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. No. We're talking like.
The
French
genre.
bread
No.
pizza. You bought a pizza bread and
No, I'm talking that I found nowadays pizza that is not like way better than that stuff. Stuff I would have never had out
You
here.
got Reginelli's.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Fuck. Brooklyn pizza. That shit's the shit. You had
Yeah.
that before? It's
Come
across
on.
street from Target.
Come on.
I know you had Brooklyn.
I had.
I'm
that
talking
Brooklyn
about that
pizza.
Brooklyn. That Brooklyn.
When I go to New York, that's my first.
I
thing
think
I'm
I had that pizza when they was over there on La Bar or
Uh-huh.
Le Bayou.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, you should go somewhere else, man, because you ain't getting disposal. Next thing you know, he's in veterans. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
his.
should get parts of that.
That's
shit.
good ass pizza.
I checked him. I said, how you making Brooklyn pizza? You ain't from Brooklyn. I lived up there for a little
Shout
while.
out to
Fuck
Brooklyn
that.
Pizza. We'll put your box right here instead of a T-shirt.
They boxed them. They boxed them and got
That'll
Brooklyn
be a
on it.
commercial. There you go.
Hey, what's up?
They could be a sponsor though. I fuck with them.
Love Brooklyn Pizza.
I take all my bitches there for a first date. Take it to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You heard?
What's up, boy?
Blake just
Quiet time.
he's
man.
just
I
pondering
expect,
one
I expect
of
that energy, Blake.
I'm just listening to
It's
you.
not Friday.
This is rich kids and shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot Blake grew up a rich
Blake grew
kid.
up a rich kid.
A fat rich kid.
I'm happy, baby.
That was a sign of money.
Oh, that's a
I'm
sign of
eating.
wealth.
I'm eating.
Eating good. They say you're fat, you eat good.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong
Fat
with
in
that.
other countries, you are wealthy. All the kings are fat.
Yeah.
All the kings.
This
are
is
fat.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
But you can be fat and poor and still eat good. So
That's in America.
yeah.
That's because
I'm not
that's
even
because
made a
People
show out
anymore,
of
by
it.
the way.
About
Yeah.
600-pound life. They
My
even got a show
mom
about it.
adores that fucking show. She loves it.
the
600-pound life.
Christy watches that. I can't stand it.
6
But I
pounds.
walked
in- so bad for
I
my
walked in
loves
the
it.
other day. There was a lady from Kenner
Really?
on there.
That
Yeah,
black
the
lady.
black lady from Kenner.
I watched the whole thing.
I didn't see it. She said, this lady's from Kenner. I'm like, good night.
Hold on, they got a show
9:30.
called My
You gotta
600
go.
Pound Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never seen it?
Oh,
Huge.
yeah.
They like the size of the room, man.
Yo, I seen. Is it a clip where they had two and go and get like 10 pieces from the store?
Probably.
Probably.
And,
yeah.
Probably usually.
and,
Two
and,
10
and,
pieces.
and they come back and they go home though. There's only 5.
I remember they were saying
had,
they
like,
eat
5
like probably
boxes.
over 10,000 calories a day.
Damn.
Yeah, like it's
That's
incredible.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
Like one
can't
lady
imagine.
had her mom, because she couldn't move, she was so big, she had her mom taking care of her, like bringing her food, bringing her to, she had the little toilet where, you know, she had to bring the toilet to her because she couldn't get up.
That's
Really.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a shame because I don't like watching it.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
exploitative.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the modern day freak show. I'm not dissing fat people and calling them freaks. Got in trouble for this shit.
Are you
I shouldn't even be saying fat, they're overweight.
They're
I'm actually
600
considered
pounds.
overweight.
Plus size.
Yeah, plus size. All right.
Most
extra,
Americans are
extra.
considered overweight.
Most Americans.
Fuck
So what's
yeah.
what's the average weight for? a
I'm
healthy
supposed to
American?
be like 155 or some shit. 5'9", 155.
How
at
about
my
that?
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not no more than 165. I'll never fucking see that.
You'd be skinny as fuck if you was like 155.
You saw me at 200.
Yeah.
Right now I'm like 220. At
Yeah.
200, people were like, this
Dude,
motherfucker looks sick.
You sick, man.
Yeah. So if I was 155,
Dude,
I'd be like, what
cancer
the
and
fuck
shit.
wrong with you? I don't think I ever been 155.
I might have been when I was 10. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
10 years old. Like
Americans
Allie's age, I was 155.
Americans are way fatter now than they were like 30 years ago, on
Yeah.
average.
Chicken is good, man.
It's not the chicken that's doing it.
It's all that processed
It's the lack
food.
of moving.
It's the
Processed
lack of
food.
moving
Yeah.
and all the processed
Right.
But you know, and people
Pizza.
don't go outside as much though.
Yeah.
No.
Back
It's like
then,
the
we grew up
smartphones
outside. Like
and,
you,
all
you
the
didn't grow up
entertainment
outside.
that they have. Like,
Yeah, we grew up outside.
Right
Like
here.
we look forward to come home from school and going straight outside.
Yeah.
Saturday mornings going outside.
We've been preaching to Allie about, she's about to turn 8 Monday. We've been preaching to her about, like, she's really addicted to that little iPad game.
Yeah.
And she'll come home, do her homework. She knows that's first. She'll eat. She'll take her bath. And then she's on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
And like today, she
You're
went
addicted.
bowling with Christy for a Girl Scout function.
Yeah.
The second she got in the door, she's already on the sofa on that game. So I was really excited the other day. It was sometime last week. We went to eat. We pulled up and there were a bunch of little kids playing outside because I guess they're all coming of age.
Yeah.
Normally we didn't have that. We've been there probably 5 years now, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But the kids were outside and she was just kind of looking. And Christy says, "You want to go play?" She says, "Yeah, can I? Yeah, go introduce yourself. What?" She went out there, made all kind of friends, and now they're knocking on the door. Can Allie play? I'm like, yes.
Hell
This
yeah.
feels like childhood.
Hell yeah.
This
Come
feels
on,
like
man.
me
That's
growing
how it
up,
should be.
and now that's what she wants to do.
But
Her
see-
first instinct is,
Yeah.
I want to go play with the kids.
Yeah.
But see, now you gotta call her and be like, Allie, they come play. They want you to come play. Before you would be like, yo, ma, can I go outside?
Yeah, I gotta get outside.
You know what
When
I'm
the
saying?
street
love
lights
to go
come on,
play.
come home.
Play every
Then you
sport
regret the
under
days your
sun.
mom be like, no. You be like, why? And you be mad as fuck.
Yeah, I used to be pissed. Like, why can't I play?
What the fuck? Like, no, you can't go
Kids,
outside. You
kids
punished.
aren't that active anymore.
No,
Hell
not
no.
at all.
You know,
Hell
Not
fucking
at all.
no.
That's what contributes to the obesity problem.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of them.
They got too much
That's what happened to
entertainment.
me. Oh God, did it happen? to
That's
me?
because you don't want to come play basketball.
I
You were like that as a kid.
I had NBA Live, man. I,
You played with
I
us,
had
though. You-
NBA 2K.
What age did I meet you? When did you go to St. Charles?
14, same freshman year with Josh.
So you were freshman year. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's when you started
But
going
when we
around.
played,
Like,
I
we
was
played
like
flag football, basketball.
16 to 17 around that time. When we played, you made like 20 shots thrown in my face. I was like 16. That was the day Josh like dislocated his finger, I think.
Yes, that game. Oh,
Freakish.
We're-
Fucking
That
oh my
shit
God.
was crazy. We were playing basketball and someone threw the ball and Josh went to catch it and was it his thumb or
It was
like
his ring finger.
the ring finger? That bitch bent straight back. It was
And it went
nasty.
sideways.
It was
Yeah.
nasty. It was like
Like it
completely
went
off the
back
edges.
and it went this way. Like,
And he just
oh
looked
my
up
God.
and he was calm as a motherfucker.
And
He's
he
like,
tried to keep playing. He said,
Yeah.
"No, I can keep going, dude. Your finger is due."
It's not right, Josh. You need that fixed now, immediately. Yeah, I'm like, game over.
Dude's finger was at a 90-degree angle.
I was like, woo.
So he just popped it back.
No, they went to the hospital and they did it, but
So he broke it or dislocated?
no, it was like off the fucking hinge.
Alright,
It-
I dislocated.
the top part
That
was
bitch
pointing
was
that
hanging.
way.
Alright, because I dislocated this finger. And
Yeah.
all I did when I looked at it, it was all jacked up. So I just popped it back, and it swole up bad, but it didn't.
His finger did this.
Yeah, that's not.
It was gone.
Mine was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
It was bad, and I'm talking back here, like it was
Yeah.
that way.
Damn.
Craziness.
That's crazy. But yeah, kids don't go outside no more, so that's why you rarely, only in the hood, you see kids outside.
That's only because in the hood there's probably like little air conditioning. Being outside's better than being inside.
Yeah.
Or it's so small, you know what I mean? Like you just want to be outside.
I had a PlayStation and a Nintendo 64 when I was Allie's age, and Game
I did
Boys. Two Game
I remember
Boys.
I remember when Nintendo first hit,
I had one of those too.
and I didn't have it, but there was a kid down the street that had it, and all of a sudden all my little friends would go to this kid's house. Well, me and this kid, we hated each other. Fucking
Of course.
hated each other. And all the little kids would go over there. It was out of, do we play basketball with Jason? Or do we play basketball on NBA, whatever?
Is that why you hated him?
No. No,
So
no,
he hated it
he
before,
was,
I guess.
he was an asshole. Like he was like a cocky little fucker. And I remember he'd come over to play sports with us, and he was one of them get pissed off at people and push people. Like, why didn't you pass me the fucking ball?
Oh, yeah,
and
fuck
he'd get all
this kid.
pissed. Well, me, I'm like a natural fucking defend my friends kind of guy, so I'd like snuff him. Don't touch my friend.
Yeah, screw that guy.
He's out of here. And then he'd immediately run home, and his parents would come knocking on the door like, your bully son is beating up on my kid. I'm like, no, I'm not. I mean, yes, I did, but he started it.
What? No, I'm not. I mean, yes, I did.
But I mean, yeah, we didn't like each other. And then like when high school hit, he still lived down the street, and I made the effort. Like I haven't seen the kid in a long time. I'd go over there and be like, "What's up? My team's about to go to the championship, Superdome.
Still bullying.
You playing?" He's like, "No." I'm like,
still,
"Cool."
still bullying that kid.
Yeah. All right. See you around. About to go not get this ring. West St. John beat our ass.
I can relate.
Yeah, so anyways.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 10 years later, Curtis did that same, so I can relate.
Yeah, them motherfuckers. But I mean, did y'all stand a chance of this? Joe McKnight?
Scored first. Got the first touchdown
That
in
was
that
cute.
game.
That was
the
cute.
dog.
They had
Scored the
Joe
one.
Did they
McKnight-
score all the rest?
They scored all the rest.
Wow.
Beat us
That-
like 56-7.
I went to that game. I think.
yeah, because I told you there's this fucking
Yeah,
kid,
because
Joe
we went to
McKnight.
see Joe
He's
McKnight.
crazy.
Yeah.
That kid was amazing.
He didn't even have a good game that game.
Oh, what, 3 touchdowns? What?
All in the
what's a
second
bad
half, I
game?
think.
But I think they were all like end zone touchdowns.
Wait,
like,
so y'all tackled him on a kickoff return? You didn't run them all back?
no, he didn't run the ball back.
This dude played defensive back, kickoff returner, running back, probably fucking quarterback. I don't remember that.
No.
Wide receiver for sure. I mean, he was all over the fucking place.
Smokey
Dude was
Joe.
amazing.
That was for Curtis, right?
Yeah.
I think my brother knew him. Like some of the friends he hung around with were.
Yeah, he was
Cool.
he was killed. That's the Joe
Yeah.
McKnight was killed
Yeah.
on the West Bank road rage incident.
Yep.
He got out of his car yelling at a guy. and the
He
guy
went to
said-
the NFL like briefly or something, or was he?
Yes.
Like, it was soon after he got
Yeah,
to
he
the
went to
NFL
the,
that
I
happened.
know he played
Played
for
for
the
the-
49ers and the Jets.
Played the Jets, yeah.
But it wasn't long. It was only like a.
He
couple
did like
years.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
And
Because
then
I
it
want to
happened,
say,
yeah.
I can't remember who drafted him. Maybe
The Jets.
The
The
Jets
Jets.
drafted
Yeah.
So he did maybe 2 years with the Jets, got cut or traded, something or another.
Yeah.
He ended up at San Francisco for a year, and then he was.
Yeah, my brother, he didn't go to school with him, but I know he knew him and he met him before, like, because some of the friends that he hung around with,
Yeah.
they knew him.
Just goes to show you how good you have to be to make it in the NFL.
Exactly,
That kid.
exactly. I think
That
about
kid.
that all the time.
Yeah.
Like people say, like, "Oh, these guys suck." In the NFL, no, they fucking don't. They look to play at that.
You can
level,
take the worst player in NFL
Let
and
me
put him
tell
out
you.
anywhere that they're
because
gonna
this
be
dude
really
Joe
good.
McKnight didn't make it in the
Yeah.
NFL like that. This
Yeah.
kid was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. He was a man among boys. He looked like he was playing little children.
Yeah,
He
but
was
think
a
about
bully.
it. If he would have lasted, if he would have got killed today, he was to probably be up there. You know what I'm saying? Which is
He wasn't in the league.
Yeah.
he could have made it. He played.
No, you know what he
No,
did?
wait,
He
no,
wasn't in the league.
No, when
He
it was,
wasn't in the
when he
league.
got killed, he was in. He was
Yeah,
trying.
I thought
You know what he was
Jets.
doing? He was borrowing his boss's car to go deliver something to the West Bank. That's what he was doing. And when he was driving, he got in the road rage.
Yeah, I remember
with
that.
the guy.
The cops left him out there
Right,
for like
but he
3
wasn't
hours.
in the league. He was done. Like they cut him. No one wanted him. He,
Damn.
Yeah, but athletic as fuck. But that just goes to show you that that level, like watching that kid in high school was like, whoa, this dude's gonna be the next Reggie Bush. He's nuts.
Yeah.
And speaking of
But
Reggie Bush,
he didn't even do that well in USC. I mean, he was good, but he
Right.
wasn't. He wasn't
Right.
as.
He
He
wasn't
wasn't Reggie
stand
Bush.
up. Right.
Reggie Bush.
But then let's take Reggie. Look how phenomenal and unstoppable that dude was in college, and then put him in the NFL. He was good. Did a lot of great things, but it was moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
it's
wasn't
not
consistent.
where it
Reggie got a
was
ring,
like
man.
Consistent.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And
I
contrast
love
that
him.
with Alvin Kamara, who wasn't, a huge college star, but look at
Right.
this dude now. He's
Yeah.
a fucking freak.
Animal. Yep.
Yeah, he's better than Reggie Bush.
By
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. Consistency.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like Reggie had a lot of.
Reggie Bush was
explosive
more like a
movements.
highlight reel.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
Like, he
right.
He had
Streak
some
football.
It was
highlights,
times, you know.
But Kamara was a 5-star recruit that signed with Alabama.
But you gotta think.
But he
Reggie
went,
had
but he
Kim
goes
on
to
his side.
Alabama, and then he's behind all these other guys who wind up going to the NFL. He's like, "Fuck it, I can't play here." So he transfers to Tennessee, and he was still a backup at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Till a guy got hurt.
But Reggie had Kim on the side distracting him. That's true.
When was he drafted? Like what what round?
Kamara.
Yeah.
Third or fourth?
The fourth
yeah,
round?
I think it was the third.
Third.
Steal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them in the NFL
Yeah.
because people just fall through the cracks. I think.
Well,
my
running
brother
backs,
doesn't-
they don't draft them as high as they used to.
Yeah.
Because the way the league is, and it's
Well,
it's
yeah,
past
now.
draft. If you notice, they like the. It seemed like other than the quarterback, dude Kyler Murray, or at the beginning, it was the first bit. It was mostly defensive players.
Right.
You know,
Right.
The first shit.
A
15.
lot of the NFL now has more than one back. When we were growing
Yeah.
up, it was like that guy. You
Barry
had
Sanders.
Barry Sanders. You could
Walter
name
Payton,
the guy
you know, that,
for
like
each
you know,
team.
it
You
was
know,
just
like
and,
Emmitt Smith.
Thurman Thomas. I remember it was just like one guy. You
Yeah,
know?
that was it. They got
Yeah.
the ball, and the only time he came out is if there was a breather.
Yeah.
Then it evolved into like the third down back. You'd have
Yeah.
like a shifty guy that could catch.
Mhm.
That would come in on third downs. Now it's like every team has the. One,
You know when
two.
I noticed in NFL when they started doing the running backs by committee was when Tampa Bay did it with Ward Dunn and Mike Allstott.
Allstott, yeah. Big-
I remember that was kind
Thunder
of
and
like
lightning.
it wasn't like a normal thing. They kind of started off,
Right.
I guess.
And what was
with the
really
running
weird
back
about
committee.
that, he was a fullback, which is
Yeah,
a blocker,
yeah, uh-huh.
but they would put him at tailback. He would
Exactly.
actually run
Yeah,
the ball.
uh-huh.
It was weird. They kind of evolved that.
Because at that time they used to be in a Packers division
Mhm.
when they had them
Yeah.
together.
Craziness. Folks, anything else? Anybody?
They got a bunch of shit we talk about.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
What we talking
Did
about?
y'all hear about the cop that rolled up on a dude in Texas? Say that he had a warrant for his arrest, but he didn't?
No.
Racial profiling. You hear about
I
this
did
shit?
not know.
I
What?
didn't hear about it.
I got
Me
a clip.
neither.
I got a clip for you.
Can we play that clip? Time
Can
out.
we?
Let me ask my lawyer.
Oh, where's it from?
Well,
It
it's
was in
probably if
Texas.
he's playing a clip from YouTube, I'm guessing it's all right.
It was in Texas. And where he said he had a
That's
warrant.
Coming from
Inception.
you, yeah.
Where's the clip from? Like
Uh,
Texas news station or?
Somebody videoed it off their phone.
Oh, probably.
Let me see.
I just want to take this pause to let you know I love you, Kirsty. Don't take any offense to everything we say.
I love you too,
Right.
Christy.
We.
I was about to say.
Blake loves you too. And your yoga pants.
What you just
She
said?
loves you.
Shame her yoga pants. I've never seen Christy in yoga pants. The only times I've seen Christy, she's been wearing jeans.
It's fucking beautiful. Okay, God bless. Did you find the clip yet?
Yes,
I can
I-
stall some more.
I think I did. Hold on. I don't
So
know.
what was the question again? Like, are yoga pants the
Are they the
trend?
greatest?
The greatest
trend in the
female
last,
trend,
like,
yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
are they the greatest trend for women?
And we were saying like booty shorts were, or like bikinis, or something like that, you know. And so a lot of people, I think we agreed it was no, actually.
I said that yoga pants can be deceptive, and I got in trouble apparently.
But you got really into it. You got into the like
I listened back to
women
it.
wearing the body suits that tuck in their
Oh,
fat.
yes.
You were talking about
Yeah.
that. You were talking about cellulite and all kind of crazy shit, which women are like very conscious of. You know, like
The
very
ones that have it.
They're gonna get hate mail for that shit.
I get hate mail via.
Shane's gonna get hate mail. Send it to Shane's house.
Just forward it.
Okay, I found the clip.
All right, what we got?
I don't even live in Louisiana, so how do I have you don't know my name, so how can you tell me I got to born in Louisiana? Sir, stop. Please, I don't know. Okay, it's your fault. You don't even know me. I already got you. No, you don't even know me. You don't even know my name.
You never heard of this?
No,
Describe what's
Yo, so the guy was at his house.
he's at his house.
He's at his house,
Texas.
Texas.
Okay.
He gets out his car or whatever. The cop rolls up, said, "Put your hands on the car. You have a warrant for your arrest in Louisiana." The dude's like, "How the hell you figure I got a warrant in I never even been to Louisiana." So there's a big old thing, and the cop is like, "You got a warrant? I got your picture or whatever." He's like, "What's my name?" The cop says, "You were quitting." He's like, "My name is not quitting," and he's like, "No, this is you. You got a warrant." So he's trying to arrest him, and then they eventually like go get the fuck off his yard and shit because.
Get off
It wasn't.
my lawn.
It wasn't.
Who's gonna
We all
say
look
it?
alike. Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
That's what it was. You look like this guy.
You look like this motherfucker.
And it has to be you.
That sounds like crazy shit.
Yeah, so like that's going on. Then they got a bunch of videos going over like cops they slamming women and shit. Did y'all see that?
I saw a couple
That's
where
fucking-
they like throwing women around.
Yeah,
I
like-
mean, I know a guy who's a cop, and I mean, I saw the evolution. I mean, it seems that most of them get cocky.
Did I
feel
not
like
call
they're
that,
off the
though?
wall. Huh?
Did I not call
You
that?
did.
I called that
They
shit
gonna brainwash yeah.
before
I
he
mean,
even got there.
I mean, they
called
do.
that shit.
I think they mind fuck the shit out of these guys when they're in training, and they're like, "Look, you are the law. You do what you want." I mean, how many times are you driving down I-10 and you always see a cop out there shooting radar, right?
Those fucking
But
assholes.
you're driving down I-10 today. There's no cop, but here comes another fucking cop, and he's going 90.
Yeah, sure.
And he don't have his lights on. He's not going after anyone. He's fucking gone. He's just like late for fucking dinner.
Yeah.
Wife's got dinner on the table, and he's fucking late. He worked
It's
overtime.
definitely a double standard with them.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like if you're safe, what says you're a safer driver than me? I'm a fucking phenomenal driver, right, Shane?
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're alive, right? All you, that road,
Yeah.
that's all. That's all the proof I need.
There was plenty of times Shane thought he was gonna die riding with me, but that wasn't that New Year's Eve.
You're pretty
Yeah,
aggressive. You
yeah.
scare the shit out of me. I don't even get in the car with you. It's just riding behind. Like, we'll be at Hooters and he'll be like, "All right, you want to go to the mall?" I'm like, "Yeah." Motherfucker looks like Jeff Gordon. Do y'all know who that is, by the way? I think he's retired. Right?
Yeah, Asia.
But it's not recklessly though. It's
enough
very
commercials.
smooth and strategic. I'm driving very well.
You ever hit anybody?
No, people hit me before though.
Yeah.
It's same. You ever hit anybody?
It's not the same.
I hit a duck before.
I ran in the back
Ran
of a
over
dude
a duck.
on Vets, like very slowly,
remember that?
but because I was
You
looking
were
in
with
my
me?
mirror, fucking with a
I
tooth.
think Daniel was.
I had a tooth with a hole in it or something, and it hurt like hell. And I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And I like looked up in the rearview mirror, and I didn't notice he stopped. It was like stop and go traffic, and I kind of bumped him. He got out. Oh my god! And I'm like, "There's not a scratch on dude's car," but he's like, "My coins went flying everywhere.
His
Everything's
his
fucking."
coins?
And I was like, "Son of a bitch!" And I'm like, you know, yeah. So I didn't even
Well,
get a ticket for that. Actually,
I actually did hit somebody once, but it was
Confession.
no, it was a light, like a light tap. And I told this dude, like, "Yo, I got a warrant."
Oh, my God.
Right? I'm like, "Look, let's not call these
for
people."
not paying my last traffic.
Exactly. And I'm like, let's not call these people. It might have been a battery or something I had a warrant for. So let's not call these people. Let's handle this like men. You go to information, and I see you, you know? This motherfucker calls the cops. After he takes all my information, tells the cops, yeah, he left. He said he had a warrant, so he got the fuck out of here. I'm like, dude, you act like.
Damn.
So they hit me with a hit and run. Like, I left.
Oh, that's when they came to your house.
You know, they
I
came
remember
by-
you said that.
They came by my neighbor's because that's where I was at. But they tried to hit me with a hit and run. How does a hit and run if I stopped and gave you the info?
Right.
That's how y'all knew what street to come down and get me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that got thrown out, but
Yeah.
thanks to some good friends, they got me out of jail that time.
Goddamn.
I was in there 2 hours. Shout out to my peoples.
I
They know
tried
what
to
it
get you
is.
out that one time. I'll never forget.
With Mike?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mel was in there one time, and he called, and I'm like, all right, we coming to get you. So we scrambled up some money. We go to get him. I think it was like a little shoplifting incident, petty shit.
That Mike did.
Right. But Mel went one way when they were running from the rent-a-cop, and Mike went the other way, where they sent the fucking helicopters and shit after Mel, and Mike got away. All right, so Mike comes back like, fuck, they got Mel, they got him. They sent the helicopters his way and the SWAT team and shit. Not
Everybody
really,
went,
but-
everybody went my way
for
though.
being funny for the pod. no, but anyway, they called him, and we go in, and they were so pissed at him for fucking running and giving him trouble. So he
They couldn't catch me.
we went in, and I'm like, I'm here to post bail for Jamel, and the lady looks, she goes, no, you not. I said, what? She's like, he's got warrants, he's staying in here, and he didn't. They were just like, fuck him. You made us run, you sleeping here at least. So we leave, we get in the car, I get a phone call again. It's Mel. He's like, Jake, where y'all going? I'm like, they said you can't get out. What do you mean? I see you. He's like, I'm looking at y'all right now. Where are you going? And I'm like, they said you got warrants. And he's like, I don't got no fucking warrants. But I think they made him sleep in there.
No, my grandparents had to come get me.
I remember them coming
They
because
came
we
and
we were trying to avoid calling your grandparents. That's
Yeah.
why you called us. But when they wouldn't let us,
Yeah,
you're
got my
like, I
grandparents.
need to call
Yeah,
them.
call my peoples.
So you got out that night?
I got out that night.
Okay, I thought they were like, fuck you,
Mike,
you sleeping.
Mike came back with my grandpa and grandma, and they got me.
Yeah, I'm like, you go tell him.
Yeah.
Because I'm hanging out with that white guy. Look what he's got. I wasn't even fucking there. He was with the half-white guy.
Yep. And there was the half white guy that got me locked up. That's my boy.
Shane, I just noticed your shirt.
Yeah.
It says fuck.
His wife made it.
Yeah, she
Really? She
yeah,
made that?
Yeah.
Is that that's the Slipknot thing, right?
No,
No,
Mushroom.
Mushroom Man.
Yeah.
Was that y'all went to a concert?
Well, I went to
Yeah,
went to a Mushroom Head concert, and I had one on, and he complimented me about it, and he said, I said, yeah, Miko made it, and so,
So she made it for me. Fucking badass.
She's fucking
yeah,
awesome.
she said she was gonna make it.
We need to get her on here. We need to have like.
She always said they want me to get on there.
I do. She always posts shit on Facebook, and I'm like, she would be fucking
she's
awesome
funny.
on this shit. And she's like, you know, I'm not gonna hold my tongue. I'm like, welcome to the Lunch Podcast.
She likes to curse too.
This
so-
is pretty. This is a
Perfect
pretty
spot
mellow
for
show. I think we're conscious of the YouTube viewership
Yeah.
because YouTube, we're kind of dipping our foot in there, like
Yeah.
don't kill us, you know, kind of thing. But we're normally pretty raunchy and aggressive and not giving a fuck. We haven't been too bad. It's been semi-mellow.
Died down a couple of the episodes. You want to get back to the gritty?
Oh, we pretty.
You want to say some
This one's
controversial
good.
shit?
This is I like this one. This is